What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I hope Snap is doing great for you. Sorry for the little mini camera earthquake. Whenever I touch my table too much, it shakes. My little girl is sleeping right here. She is trying to get a little bit more sun, but it is kind of late in the day and the sun is going to a place where her bed is not hitting it too much. But that's fine. I hope Snap is going great for you guys. I hope you're winning cubes and you are not losing that much when you do lose. I want to talk about not specifically patch highlights that just happened. There's plenty of other videos for that. I just wanted to go back and touch upon a video that I made previously, because every time patch notes come out, I always look at, as usual, everybody looks at the card balances, but the non-card balance changes. The token shop was great. One thing I've been mentioning ever since it came out was Camp Lehigh needs sounds because it's pretty boring. And that's just a nice little quality of life or fun, enjoyable experience for gamers. But then I look at here, like the general updates, because these aren't highlighted that much. And this is where there's definitely room to grow. Like this, it's nice that you have all these additional details and everything for the artists. You can flip the cards to look at what their backing is, which is nice, I guess. This was amusing after roughly 10 hours of gameplay. I don't know what roughly is, like just say 10 hours of gameplay. In a day, players will stop earning Season Pass XP from gameplay for the remainder of the day. That's going to affect such a small amount of people, but I still don't think they really need to limit it, or at least make it 12 hours a day. If you're playing 10 hours a day, that's you. That's your business. It probably is your business, considering most of the people that I can imagine playing this game for 10 hours a day are people who either have a day off, but consistently would be content creators and people who are trying to play the game professionally. But there are a couple of things that I wish were here. So, what Marvel Snap features would I like? Now, I made a video previously talking about a couple of these, but I didn't talk about all of them, I think. And this is going to be really like a two-parter. I'm not going to talk about card fixes. That could be even a part 3 for this. But I want to just talk about small changes that would really make quality of life for the players better. And I'm going to try to stick to things that are relative to gameplay and progression for this one. So first is being able to see your discard and destroyed cards when you are not paying attention to the game, because it's a mobile game and most of the time you're probably going to be playing on your phone. And you hear Yondu's whistle, you look over and you might completely miss whatever card was destroyed. You also, if Sokovia drops, where they play Moon Knight, and you're not paying attention, you discard a card, but unless you're paying attention, what card even was it? There are some times where I will just zone out and completely forget what cards I had in my hand, even while watching it, because I'm not good at paying attention. It's just... So, being able to see your discard and destroyed cards would be very helpful to players. There almost all games you can go and you can look at your discard pile, so why can't I look at my discard pile for this? I get the game is young, it's not a necessary mechanic in order to actually play the game, and it would definitely take a lot of additional programming, whatever else to do, but I didn't even see that on their roadmap, and that's something I would really like to see. Sooner rather than later. This is something I would like to happen very soon, and that's the end turn comes back after an opponent snaps. So you're playing the game, and right now the only turn I know that I believe this happens is on turn 6. So it's turn 6, you hit end turn, you're waiting for the opponent, they're taking their time, 20 seconds later, they snap. Then your button goes from waiting until back to end turn. So now you get to think a little bit more, change your plays for your turn 6. But to the best of my knowledge, this is not how it happens on any other turn other than turn 6. From what I remember, I don't know. Again, there you go. That's better. I couldn't whistle. My lips were too dry. That was a little loud. So hopefully you weren't listening with headphones. Okay, so I would love to see that. It's very annoying once they've been waiting for like 30 something seconds and then you're kind of checked out, they snap, and this invisible timer starts and you completely miss it. and now you're stuck with now 2 cubes at risk when you really need to reanalyze the board and say, is it really worth staying in? Maybe not, but it doesn't matter because you can't hit a confirm button. That sucks. Another thing I would love to see is bonus every 100, 500, or 1,000 collection levels. 100 might be a little bit too soon. I think 500 and 1,000 would actually be very good and healthy for the game, where every 500, 1,000, whatever landmark or milestone they would like to do, a different type of reserve is there, where it would be a mixture of credits, gold, an avatar, and a title. Because avatars and titles should not be in reserves, because the reserve, when you click on it, says will contain like some form of currency, and titles and avatars are not currency. So a milestone every 100, 500, or 1,000 collection levels would be a title and an avatar. I think that would be fantastic. Avatars, I have a different feeling about avatars and what they really should be, which is every time you get infinite to infinite for the first time of a card or a variant, you unlock that card's avatar. That would, I think, would be fantastic to do. But in the meantime, some sort of special milestone box every several hundred or 1,000 levels on the collection level would be great. I am not even I'm not 5,000 yet, so that would mean that would be my 5th box after playing for a long time, meaning ever since the Miles Morales. I think ever since the game was open to the public is when I've been playing. Next, because I want to try to keep this under 10 minutes. Multiple card drops at once or a mini set. I think the last time this happened was when they dropped like Galactus, Thanos, Shuri, and a couple of the cards, and that was when they were introducing like Pool 5 cards or Series 5 cards and the token shop. Did they do a token shop? They didn't have the token shop yet, but they had several cards at once, and they were really powerful cards. Some of them were really powerful, and that was great. That breathed some really great life into the game, like really gave that boost. But the game also just came out, so it needed that from the beta. Now it's one card every week. It would be great if at the beginning of every season, people who didn't buy the season pass, because the first week of a season, the only new card is the season pass card. So if you're not buying the season pass, you don't get a new card. But it should be where they release maybe 3 or 4 cards every season, where they're not necessarily Series 5. They could be lower in the series track, because Snowguard is definitely not a Series 5 card. I don't see it. I went online to try to find, like, is she actually good? Not great. I've got her a couple times through random card effects, and it's a very cool effect. It is. But at the same time, it's not really Series 5. So having them make mini sets or a couple cards at the beginning that are introduced in Series 3, 4, 5, and maybe even a new Series 2 card that they just give to everybody. That's not too great, but just another card out there. I think that would be fantastic. So that's all I got for part 1 of this. I don't know when I'm going to make part 2, maybe as time goes on, but I would love to know what everybody thinks about what features weren't in the roadmap that you would like to see. How would you like this game to change for better? What do you think Second Dinner could be adjusting a little bit more? Because so far they're doing, personally, I think they're doing a really great job with so much of Marvel Snap. But there are just a couple of little things that I would like to see more of. Now, I don't run a company, I don't make card games, and I know it's very hard to please as many people as you possibly can. But hopefully they'll be doing a little bit more like this as time goes on. There she goes. There she goes. Little stretch, little girl. She's going back to the other spot. She's probably had too much sun. Now she's going to go cool off. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys either in a couple days or a week, depending on how lazy I am. Stay snapping. That's a terrible catchphrase.